All righty, we are on. So hello, everyone. My name is Lauren Harkness. I'm the co-founder of the Tantra Institute. And I've spent the last probably 13 years studying and teaching conscious sexuality, conscious relationship, healing modalities, plant medicine, and more. And I'm really thrilled to be here with you today to talk about relationship skill building. So this is the intimacy hour, and every Sunday, one of us, one of the facilitators in the Tantra Institute, comes on at 5:30 p.m. Eastern to speak on any given topic that they select related to sex, love, and intimacy. And how the format works is that I will be presenting a lecture for the first little bit, and then I will open it up for questions. And when I open it up for questions, you're welcome to ask me anything on the topics related to sex, love, and intimacy, whether it's related to the topic that we're talking about or something else. So feel free to ask your questions. A little bit of housekeeping. You can see that this is being recorded. This call is being recorded, but I have spotlighted my video, so I'm the only one that will be featured. So if you do decide to come on and ask a question later, we will hear your voice, but we will not see your face. So we can respect your anonymity and create safety for everyone. So you're welcome to ask questions in the chat. However, it is always wonderful for me to be able to interact with you directly. It helps me feel you, helps me feel the nuance in your question, and probably helps the connection between us give you better answers for your query. So that's about the structure. And I wanted to talk on this topic because I've noticed that for many people in the collective right now, relationships are being challenged. And I can relate to that as well. It seems like the amplification of the intensity of the times we're living in has kind of put strain on relationships. So I wanted to bring to the forefront some of the things I've learned over the years in my own personal life and in the lives of the people that I've had the benefit of touching through my work. So just to give you a little background, I have a degree in psychology and I have studied many different modalities in the conscious sexuality realm. I began in 2007 because I had reached my own personal challenge where I kind of felt broken around relating. I couldn't orgasm with people. I had sexual trauma in my past, and I felt like everyone in the world knew what they were doing except for me. And so I felt frustrated because I longed for partnership. I longed to explore my sexuality and I longed to feel safe in connection. And I didn't feel that way. So I went on a quest and I've studied many different modalities over the years, including Mama Gina School of Womanly Arts, the Orgasmic Meditation Community, Moore University, Tantra, all 5 levels of teacher training with Charles Muir, BDSM, shamanism, Reiki, and plant medicine, and many, many more. And I continue to study and share as I grow. I will be a lifelong learner until the day I die. So as soon as I get inspired by something, I go study it, practice it, assimilate it, and then share it with those I'm here to serve. I work with men, women, and couples in one-on-one private coaching, as well as Tantra healing sessions here in New York. I offer many classes. I work a lot with women's groups. I have a class called Erotic Sovereignty, which we will be on our 11th round when we announce our dates for the fall. And you can stay tuned for that. Guy and I both run a men's and women's group, and it's an 8-week experience, and it's really beautiful. I also am launching a brand new program called Magnetic Feminine Power on March 22nd. So if you are interested, it's a class for women. It's a 3-month container, including a weekend immersion upstate New York in person in the middle of May. And I am blessed to begin teaching practitioners this year. And it's been so fulfilling and deeply nourishing for myself and my purpose to be able to pass along the knowledge that I've accumulated over the years to other people who feel inspired to work with people one-on-one. So that's a little bit about me. And I have a passion for relationships. So I have been polyamorous since 2009. And I was in a long-term relationship, a marriage, until 2013. And then Guy and I had a romantic partnership for about 7 years. And then we transitioned into business partnership. And I have been deep in love with my current partner, Russell, for the last 3.5 years. And we are deeply committed in a polyamorous relationship. And we are looking to start our family right now. And we've just purchased a home and retreat center upstate. And so I have really explored many nuances in relationships, in open relating, in monogamous relating, in conscious relating in sexual communities. And it's been so fulfilling, deeply rewarding, and I've learned a lot. So I wanted to bring some of my personal beliefs around skills that can foster better conscious relating in your life. I see we already have some questions in the chat, so I'm just going to scan here. We can definitely talk about erectile dysfunction later. So let me just pull up my notes. So the first thing I want to talk about is getting someone's world. Understanding the place where your partner, this could be a romantic relationship, your coworkers, your friends, your family, your children, your pets even, understanding the viewpoint and the lens from which they're looking. I find that many of the conflicts that come up in interpersonal relationships come from the fact that we have a certain viewpoint and a relationship with the world. And because this is our way of seeing something, we naturally have an expectation that the person that we're in relationship with, or people that we're in relationship with, see the world the same way. And the fact of the matter is that no two people see the world exactly the same way. Of course, we grow up in families, and so we inherit the viewpoints and the value systems from the family that we grow up in. We also are conditioned by our culture. So we may have similarities with other people. We may have similarities in viewpoints. And a lot of times when we meet our romantic partners in particular, there's that click of, I'm understood, I'm seen, I belong here. And then over time, as our relationships deepen and progress, especially in romantic partnerships, often there's a place where we discover, oh shit, this person doesn't see the world the same way I do. And that can be a point of contention. And what I've discovered for myself in going deep into relationship patternings is that if we can recognize and first own the way we see things and our truth, and then also recognize with compassion and listening the truth of our partners or the truth of our family members or the truth of our coworkers, we can tend to open our hearts to empathy in a different way than when we're coming from a position that this person either should see the things the way I see them or does see things the way I see them. And so this point of empathy is really important, and understanding each other's worlds is really important. There's a very simple exercise that I learned from my own coach in relating that I'd like to pass on to you, because it has been deeply rewarding for my relationship to begin to explore the ways in which we are different. Because this empathy is really helpful. Because if you can zoom out and see from the lens that your partner is experiencing the world from, you might have a different relationship to conflict with them. So this exercise is very simple. If you want to write it down and practice it with someone in your life, someone maybe who has like-minded relationships or who understands that you are into exploring personal growth and relationship. And it's called If You Really Knew Me. It's very simple. It's one of the simplest exercises that has had the most profound effect on myself and the people that I share this with. So the way it works is, if you really knew me, what partner A goes first, partner B goes second. Partner A says something that they want the other person to know. And they say, if you really knew me, you would know that when I shouted at you earlier in the car, I was really afraid for my safety because the driver about 30 seconds before that had almost hit us. And the other person across says, just repeats it back. It's so simple. It seems easy, but it's deeply, deeply profound. Other person repeats, if I really knew you, I would know that when you shouted at me earlier in the car, it was because you were afraid because the person 30 seconds prior had almost hit us. And then the first person says, thank you. Simple. Seems like a no-brainer, right? But the way this starts to work is that in a point of conflict, you can communicate where you're coming from and your partner can see where you're coming from before they go into a reactive state. Or if they've already gone into a reactive state, they might calm themselves down from hearing that fear was behind the shouting. I'll give you more examples. So in this exercise, you can go one way, and it can be really helpful. Say, for instance, if you're having a conflict with your partner, the other person is not really understanding you, the intensity is rising. If you just drop your guard down and say to them, if you really knew me, you would know that I love you so much and it hurts me a lot that we're fighting. Then your partner could drop their armor and repeat back to you what you just said. You could say more than one thing. And if you're trying to communicate something very complicated or very emotionally intense, it can help to break it down in chunks. So it could help to say one thing right after each other. If you really knew me, you would know that I feel really frustrated right now. If I really knew you, I would know you feel frustrated right now. If you really knew me, you would know that the biggest longing in my heart is for us to come back to harmony. If I really knew you, I would know that the biggest longing of your heart is to come back to harmony. If you really knew me, you would know that when we got in a fight a little while ago, I felt really misunderstood. And on and so forth. It's like peeling the onion back so that the person gets to express themselves in bite-sized chunks. And then the person who's listening and reflecting back is starting to understand their partner in bite-sized chunks. You can also do this exercise going back and forth. So partner A could say their prompt, partner B could repeat it back to them. Then partner B could say their prompt, and partner A could repeat it back to them. And you can trade off back and forth. So that is the first skill that I'd like to offer you. Because not only does it offer your partner the opportunity to see through your world, it also slows down the process, which can be maddening if you're in a particularly heated debate. But the slowing down of the process starts to dismantle the nervous system habits that can form in relationship that can be really difficult to get out of. So that's the second piece I'd like to bring in as a skill. Nervous system regulation. Nervous system regulation for solo practice with yourself, and nervous system co-regulation with people. And what do I mean by that? When we are small children, we learn defense mechanisms. often these are the things we've inherited through our family. So say your father gets really mad and is critical of others. It might be really easy to be wounded by that quality, but it's also very easy to adopt that quality because our cells, when we're small, are like they are mirror neurons inside of us, and they begin to emulate the behaviors that we see around us. So these defense mechanisms are often habits. They are often ways of reacting that are unconscious, that come upon us, that at one time were meant to keep us safe. So I always recommend thanking your inner children for keeping you safe and developing skills that helped you in that. And as we grow and we age in life, often these skills become maladaptive. They become qualities that actually harm our relationships, or they become qualities that hold us back in life or sabotage us. So in my class, Erotic Sovereignty, we spend a lot of time working on our nervous system to begin to smooth it out. Say, for instance, you disassociate often when you're triggered. That's a common one. Whoop, up and out of your body. You're not even there. That is normal. It's a sympathetic nervous system response. And to review, sympathetic nervous system response is fight, flight, freeze, fawn, or faint. So flight is disassociation. Fawning is when you have people-pleasing behaviors. Freezing is when your body locks up and you kind of go blank. So all of these are very common behaviors in all of us as humans. We naturally develop these defense mechanisms, but learning how to dismantle them through somatic practices can be hugely beneficial for you. So plant medicine work, breath work, somatic emotional release, somatic release work, sexual practices, tantric practices, all of these skills and many more modalities are meant to begin to smooth out the nervous system so that when you go into freeze and your body tenses up and you go numb, you remember, take a deep breath, or maybe I'm going to go meditate for 5 minutes, or maybe I'm going to go self-pleasure, or maybe I'm going to go spend time with a friend. Instead of, I'm going to overeat like I've always done since I was a child, or I'm going to pick a fight with my partner if you have the fight response. These maladaptive behaviors are no longer good for you, but learning how to reset your nervous system and come back to a place of calm and neutrality can be a really beautiful way to then be relating from your adult self instead of your child self. So I do recommend that every person in a couple has a solo practice. A solo practice, my personal bias is embodiment techniques and erotic Kundalini activation that can clear the nervous system. But I recommend anything that works for you, anything that you love that works for you to take yourself from a state of feeling off of your center to a state of feeling on your center. The second piece is nervous system co-regulation. And co-regulation is fascinating and it's wonderful. Essentially, if you think of yourself as a child, and we don't know what kind of care you received from your parents, but say you had the most ideal caregiving. When you were in distress or upset, your caregiver would come, bring you comfort, bring you into their arms and say, it's going to be okay, and coo at you or rock you to sleep or bring you into a state of regulation. That's called co-regulation. When one person's nervous system is calm and centered, and the person that's in distress or the person that's out of their center comes into contact with them, and simply through their connection, their nervous system begins to calm down. In our class, Intro to Sexual Ecstasy, that Guy and I teach together, actually, we talk about the 6 circuits of tantric connection. Uh-oh. That was very strange. Did you guys see that? Huh. Okay. Um, anyway, there's a glitch in the system. Um, where was I? Oh, in our class, Intro to Sexual Ecstasy, which you can purchase online on our website, tantrany.com, we go through 6 circuits of connection. And this is partnered practice. So we show how when you simply put your body in alignment with someone else's, in Tantra, we call this one particular position yab yam, where one person straddles the other person and their chakras are aligned and they begin to breathe together in harmony with eye contact. Those simple, deep practices over time can really open up your energy channels with your partner. They also produce co-regulation because whoever's chakra is the most strong, forward moving, and in alignment will begin to stimulate and resonate with the other person's chakra, and they start to come into this really beautiful synergy. It's amazing to watch. And it's also a really beautiful conflict resolution technique. Because if you're in a conflict with your partner, oftentimes the last thing you want to do is touch them or be close to them. But if you choose to go into partnered practice in this way, as a practice, kind of like yoga, when you do it when you don't want to, say you put your body in alignment with your partners, you start to breathe together, you start to look into each other's eyes, you start to calm down. You start to open up your pleasure centers. You start to feel more alive and in harmony with your partner. So co-regulation can be really powerful. And you can do this with your children and your pets, with your friends. And one of the really nice ways to do it, say, for instance, your partner is upset. If you start to breathe together with them and you watch, oh, they're inhaling, they're exhaling, and you start to match their breath, it is a miracle what starts to happen, where you watch them calm down because you're mirroring back. And these 2 key points of learning to get each other's world and nervous system regulation kind of go hand in hand. Because as you breathe together and you look together and you start to come into harmony, you start to understand each other in a nonverbal way. And it brings more harmony. I see that Jen says solo regulation, fresh air, walking, laughter, rest, bath. Absolutely. All of those are really beautiful ways to regulate your nervous system. I'd love to see a show of hands or a heart in the chat if you have practices that you do for your somatic nervous system regulation. Just like throw a heart in the chat or raise your hand or say hello. Because I believe, especially in this world as the intensity of the world is escalating, I truly believe that these kinds of practices are going to help us so much, especially the collective's mental health. Miracle morning practices, I love that. Tai Chi, I love it. Hiking alone, yes, so nice. Art, absolutely. Making art is a beautiful way. Meditation, a morning practice I really love. I love that. Music, yes. Dancing, wishing that I actually had a partner. I'm so with you. I hope that for you. Deep breathing and walking. Awesome. For those of you who are single right now, we have an amazing event called Tantra Speed Date that's all around the world now. And you can look it up on our website, tantrany.com. And it's a beautiful way to meet people, to meet friends, to meet lovers, to meet partners. And it's a wonderful way to practice Tantra together in community. Deep breathing practices, walking, praying. Yes, prayer and meditation. So lovely. Gorgeous. So these 2 pieces, I believe, are really important keys for relational skill building. The other thing I really recommend is conflict resolution techniques. And what I find the most beneficial is, again, coming back to solo practice. Because when the intensity rises, it's very easy to blame our partners for everything that's happening. It's really easy to project all of your wounding onto your partners. It's really easy to forget that you can come back to center before communicating again. So I highly recommend release techniques, somatic practices that you can do to get out the extra energy that the amping up of the intensity. So emotional release techniques like putting on music that makes you feel angry or sad and beating on the bed or screaming into a pillow. Going to the rage room in New York, if you live in New York, where you can put on protective gear and go in with a sledgehammer and smash electronics and cups. And it's highly cathartic and amazing. I highly recommend it. Uh-oh. The glitch in the system happened again. Also, conversations with a friend or having a support system. Because if you find yourself in relationships where you're endlessly processing what's wrong or what's going on between you, that can be extremely fatiguing on the relationship. Because truly, relationships are meant to be for joy and for pleasure. And yes, we're going to have challenges. And yes, we're going to go into the darkness. And yes, we're going to have times where we don't understand each other. That is a part of being human, and it's a part of being in long-term relationships. But if we are using our partner as our therapist, or if we are stepping into a more of a paternal role by being the therapist for our partner or telling our partner what we think, we're actually in disrespect of the relationship itself. And so I really recommend that people have support systems in their life. Do you have someone that you can talk to, that you can just talk out your problems with, whether it's a therapist or a somatic practitioner or a friend or a family member? Do you have safe spaces where you can share? Because for conflict resolution in relationships, I do believe that it's important for us to come to the relationship as a whole person, communicating from that place. Of course, we're going to have fights. Of course, we're going to have misunderstandings. But if we take our wounding and the things we're experiencing to safe spaces to talk through, then when we come back to our relationship, we can communicate from a more neutral place, which always makes it a little more win-win, makes it a little easier to get through an eye of a needle moment in a relationship. So I really recommend emotional release techniques or catharsis, and having a support system for yourself personally. You can also have a support system for the relationship. So I often work with couples. I'm a coach, and please feel free to reach out to me if you'd like any support in your relationship. My email address is lauren@tantrany.com, which I'll put in the chat. You're welcome to email me. And having support for the relationship itself can be beneficial, because often that party is a neutral party who can look from the outside and communicate things they see to each person in a way where they can be easily received. Because often, if you're in a conflict in a relationship, it's very hard for you to get into a place where you understand each other. So going back to my point one can also be very beneficial in conflicts. So conflict resolution techniques can be the saving grace of many relationships, because what often happens if you don't get the problem out in real time, work through it, or come to some kind of understanding, or even an acceptance of, well, my partner is different from me. My partner likes to leave trash on the counter or their socks on the floor, and that's probably never going to change. Sometimes we can come into acceptance with things. And sometimes we actually have to come to compromise. And it's really important to be able to come to those conversations with clarity, with neutrality, and with kindness. Let me get to my next point. Aha. Intimacy. If you're in a long-term relationship, you probably know that life gets really full of life. There are always things to do, chores to be done, and it can be unsexy to schedule time in your calendar. But what I notice with the most successful long-term relationships is they make time on purpose for their intimacy. That could be going on a date, going for a walk, having coffee together, making love, doing something together that you love. So I like to say that the scheduling of the time is like the boundary that sets the stage for thriving. So this boundary of time is a condition that allows the relationship to have space to thrive. And it's helpful if both partners are in agreement with this, and both partners are willing to say, you know what, this relationship is so important to me. I am going to make time for you. I am going to make time for us. And I'm going to put it in my calendar and let that be a protected space. Now, say for instance, you feel pressure by that, because say you've put in your calendar, let's make love tonight. Let's have a sex date. But both of you get to the time and you say, you know what? I don't feel like having sex, or I'm really anxious, or you might need to do some kind of somatic partner practice to even get into the space where intimacy is available to you. Again, I do recommend our class Intro to Sexual Ecstasy for some ideas on that. What if instead you create time in your calendar that can be flexible for flow? A lot of times I'm talking about the balance of masculine and feminine in in ourselves and in our relationships. I really believe that time containers and time explorations can be a powerful way to do experiments in relationship. And it's a way that your masculine side can set the parameters for the inside space of your feminine to flow and explore. So what if you just said time together, M+E in your calendar, and you have 2.5 hours? Then you can show up for 2.5 hours in that time by your both of your masculine sides agreeing to create the parameters, and then you can flow within that time frame. Well, what do we want to do? Do we want to go for a walk and get dinner? That sounds amazing. Oh, we need to talk about logistics for our upcoming trip. What if we do that for 15 minutes and then we go exercise because both of us have an exercise this week? How much nicer is that than creating pressure to perform by insisting on this time being spent for this specific thing? So time can be beautiful to capture the magic. We also, my partner and I do this, we teach about it too in our class Union. We talk about time containers for experimentations. Say, for instance, you're exploring open relating, or you have something that's come up in the relationship that needs to change, and it's difficult for both of you to change it, and you're both struggling and having a hard time. Saying, let's do this for 30 days and see what happens, and then we'll reassess 30 days later or 2 months later, or however the time limit you want to experiment is, can be a powerful way to lean into discomfort for either one or both of you, to see if you can get to a place of understanding or if something needs to shift. So my partner and I have done various experiments using time containers. When we first got back together, we spent 3 months exploring whether or not we felt like we wanted to commit and have a child together, because that was my desire. So we spent 3 months exploring our love with no expectation. And at the end of 3 months, both of us sat down and we said, well, do you feel like you want to commit and explore parenting together? And he said yes, and I said yes. And so we decided to move forward with our relationship. We've explored various agreements and boundaries in our open relating, whether we decided, to go with full freedom where there was no boundaries. Well, that didn't work. Then we decided to be monogamous for a while, and we were kind of okay about that, but that didn't work either. And so we've explored over the last 2 years in time chunks how we want to practice our open relating. And we've gotten to a really great place in our open relating from having those experiments where we've either gotten to say yes or no at the end with no attachment. So we really like using time containers for that purpose. So if you're creating time containers for your date nights, or creating time containers for your intimacy, or creating time containers for experimenting with things that are kind of emotionally chargy and you're not sure if it's going to work out or not, this can be a very beautiful way to create safety so that each person can feel safe knowing that this is not going to be forever. Has an end date so that when we come back together, we can decide together. I think I have one more relationship skill that I'd like to offer. Yes, I do. This is one of my favorites. So if you're familiar with the BDSM world, then you're familiar with safe words. Well, my partner and I also use safe words in our relationship. And safe words, if you don't know what safe words are words that you call that mean either stop or I need a change. I need something to change about what we're doing. So in your sexuality, a safe word can be used if you're doing a BDSM scene or you're making love with your partner and something has gotten extremely uncomfortable, or you're feeling triggered, or you need to change positions. You can call your safe word, but you can also call safe words for other reasons. So when I teach, we use green, yellow, red. Green means I'm having a great time. Let's keep going. Yellow means I need to slow down. I'm hitting an uncomfortable edge and I need to make a change, but I can keep going. So for instance, if you need to change positions, you could either say, I need to change positions, or you could say yellow, I'm feeling uncomfortable. I need to change positions. If something has exceeded your range and gone way outside your comfort level, you can say red, and that means we're stopping immediately. No questions asked, no need to understand even why until we kind of come back together and talk about it. But this means stop everything right now. Well, you can also create safe words for your relating. So for instance, my partner and I have one that we use called marshmallow. Marshmallow is our safe word when our conversation has gotten a little too intense and we need quiet, and for both people to go take care of themselves to self-regulate. So whoever calls the safe word then is responsible for coming back to their partner and saying, I'm ready to talk now. Can we sit down and talk? So when you use that safe word, when we use marshmallow, the person who needs space knows I'm going to be the one who comes back. And the other person knows I'm safe because I know my partner is coming back to talk about this. So you can choose to have safe words that mean something in your relating. You could have a safe word that meant, I need us to leave the party right now because I'm not having a great time. You can pick a safe word that means this family vacation or this family gathering is getting a little heated and I'd like to go aside and talk about something. You could say lemonade to each other, which means like, let's go take 5 minutes and connect. You can choose to use safe words for many, many things in your relationship. So I think I will end there and just say that I hope this conversation has been illuminating for you and that you received something deeply beneficial. Please do reach out to me if you'd like support in your relationship or coaching. And please ask any question you might have. So if you'd like to come on live with me, you can select the raise hand feature down in the reactions button. Select the raise hand feature and I'll call on you. Otherwise, you can type it in the chat. Oh, there's lots of questions in the chat. Okay, I'm just scrolling back to okay, well, I'm going to start from the bottom. So Jennifer, my retreat upstate is connected to my class Magnetic Feminine Power, which I will get the website for. And you are welcome to schedule a phone call with me if you'd like to talk about it more. But it is coming up the retreat part of it is May 12th through the 14th. And it's up in the Hudson Valley. I'm 20 minutes east of Hudson, New York. It's beautiful right now. I also have a Tantra practitioner training that is coming up this Tuesday, actually. So if you can get everything together to come up for 8 days, we'd love to have you. So I will also put that in the chat. And this is for women. And if you can't make it on Tuesday, but you're interested in coming to the next one, I will be planning one at the end of September or the beginning of October. And if you are interested in coming on retreat with me, I'm going to be having lots of retreats over the summer. So I recommend reaching out to me here at lauren@tantrany.com and just sending me a message that you'd like to get on my mailing list for the retreats. And I will send that along. Okay, here we go. Going back, getting off. Yours is pineapple. That's so funny. Our other safe word is pineapple. I like that we're aligned. So Bill's wife, is it normal for my husband to moan another woman's name to get off during sex? It makes me uncomfortable, but he won't stop. I really need to hear an answer woman to woman. Sister, I feel you. That would make me super uncomfortable too. And I don't think I would be okay with it. The truth is that every single person in a relationship gets to be themselves, but every single person in a relationship also gets to choose whether or not to be in that relationship and what boundaries are important for you. So boundaries are not about the other person. Boundaries are about yourself. What are your conditions for thriving? Are your conditions for thriving that it's not okay with you that your partner uses another woman's name in bed? If so, that is completely valid. That is your boundary. And if your partner wants to continue doing that, he may or may not get to be with you. So I believe that love is unconditional, but I don't believe that we have to tolerate bad things in relationships in order to prove our unconditional love. So we all absolutely do get to have boundaries. And I think it's really important to honor yourself there. And this has been a journey for me too. I have learned a lot because people pleasing and fawning is one of my sympathetic habit nervous system responses that I learned as a child. So just kind of enduring uncomfortable situations and putting my my attention on someone else rather than on what I need. So that's definitely a pattern of mine. And I would assume that might be one of yours too, if that's been something that you've been dealing with for a long time. So please reach out to me if you need any other support, but woman to woman, I don't believe that that would be something that would be good for me either. You never know. Some other woman might be totally fine with that, and that would be for them. And so that's true of any behavior in a relationship. You know, some people get really triggered by someone needing space. And some people get really triggered by people yelling. And some people get really triggered by passive aggressive behavior. But if different people are in relationship, they may not be triggered by yelling. They may not be triggered by taking space. They may not be triggered by needing something different. So the way we dance in relationship is up for each individual person to decide for themselves what is a yes for them and what is a no for them, and what is something that I could maybe work through in order to come to some kind of compromise. So that's my answer to your question. I'm not sure what you're saying, Rob, about practitioners. So if you'd like to come on and ask me or ask a different question on the chat, I would be happy to answer it. Let me scroll back. Does size matter? My wife says it does, but I feel like it's more about technique. You know, that's a really good question. To me, size does not matter. It's all about the feeling and the connection with someone. I really could care less about their size. I really want to feel them energetically. And that's my barometer for intimacy and lovemaking being satisfying. So that's my belief. And I think you're right. It's not even about technique per se. It's about how deeply can you feel the other person and what they're wanting and craving. So Guy really goes into that in his 8-week men's class called Masculine Mastery, which I believe is starting very soon, if it hasn't already. And you can reach out to him at guy@tantrany.com if you're interested in that class. And the ability to feel someone and what they want and need is the greatest skill you can have in lovemaking. So it doesn't matter if you're technically proficient. You could be doing the right thing, stroking the clitoris in the right way, or thrusting in a way that brings pleasure. But if your heart isn't behind it, or you're not feeling that your partner's body is craving that, then you're missing that instinctual part of yourself that can tell. And the beautiful thing is that our bodies are capable of being trained. So, you know, I've been doing sexual practices and tantric practices for decades now, or not decades, but over a decade now. And my body is so much more sensitive. I mentioned earlier, I used to not be able to orgasm with people. Now I can easily orgasm, even just sitting here thinking about it. But it's taken me years of practice to be able to come to that place. So the technique is less important than developing energy skills to feel. And, you know, each person is different. Some people, size does matter, and that's the right choice for them. Okay, I'm going to go back. We have 5 minutes. I'm going to see if I can answer one more. I thought I saw something about ejaculation control. Erectile dysfunction. That's right. Okay. What can I give you? I'm going to teach you something that I learned from my teacher, Charles Muir. Okay. So pretend this is a penis. The blood flows in on the sides and out on the top and bottom. So if you are holding the top and the bottom of the shaft and you are stroking the rest of the penis, the blood can flow in, but not flow out. So that can be a way to help your partner come to more erection. The other technique is for, this is the hardest part, both of you not to find it wrong. A soft penis is very pleasurable to play with. A soft penis has nerve endings that you can touch that you can't reach when they're hard. And if you're a woman and you are just simply enjoying yourself and you're getting off, that pleasure stimulates your partner's nervous system. And so they're more likely to get erect. if you're just enjoying yourselves and you don't care that he's soft. Often the hardness will come then because both parties are just having a great time, and then the erection can come. If you're a man who's suffering from erectile dysfunction, going to see a tantric practitioner can be hugely beneficial, and learning the techniques and the tricks is the wrong word, but learning skills that you can do for yourself through self-pleasure practice can be hugely beneficial for helping yourself find your erection again. The other thing is, often there's kind of a mental hijack that happens for men where maybe they had a negative experience with someone when they got soft and there was some kind of shaming happening, or they felt ashamed and they get in their head, and all of a sudden the fear of losing their erection causes it to happen, or they're looping on something that is possibly going to happen that might not, and they get super stuck and out of their body. So doing somatic practices, again, this is why seeing a tantra practitioner can also help you get out of the thought loop that will take you out of your body, that will take your erection down. A lot of times it's a mental thing or a psychological thing that's happened in the past that is affecting your physicality now. So it's almost 6:30, and I want to end by saying thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for asking your interesting questions. Please do reach out to me if you'd like to follow up with anything. And you can visit our website. I'll put it in the chat if you are interested in any of the classes that I mentioned, as well as other classes, because we have over 18 facilitators all over the world. Great. Here is our website. I don't know why this keeps happening. Oh, interesting. Let me, how do I, strange. When the mothership is parked overhead, I think that might be. All right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate all of your time and attention. I hope you have a beautiful night, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.